How you doing, everybody? We're back with another reaction video, and today we're checking out another guitar playthrough by the guitar god himself, Mr. Jesse Cash. He's a lead guitarist in Error, incredible clean singer as well. I still don't know how he plays all these intricate lead parts in different time signatures, and then also manages to sing over the top. Some things we'll just never know. You can't describe greatness. I've enjoyed all the guitar playthroughs he's done for this album, and I still listen to this album to this day. It's dropped a couple of months ago, and I listen to it probably at least once every day, once every second day, tops. It's just an incredible album, and I never get sick of hearing it. Scorpion Hymn, when I first heard that track from the self-titled, that awesome, that heavy, I can't even describe it, riff at the start. Head just goes straight into it, and then into, that Meshuggah sort of esque drone sort of riffing. It's just so good. I'm really stoked to hear this. Look at his playing style. Like, he's just economical, like a motherfucker. God, he makes drop F sharp sound like so good as a tuning. Love that Ibanez as well. This dude is just way too talented for his own good. And he seems so nice as well. Like, you can just tell by the way he speaks in interviews, and he's always smiling. He just seems so happy. Like, amazing. I love that little tap riff. Look how effortless it is for him. He's got economical picking down pat, and even his tapping's economical. Limited movements to get the sound. Dun, dun. I know it sounds simple, but when you watch these playthroughs, you really see it's all technique. You may be playing simple stuff in songs like this, but it's technique. Not everyone can play it like this. Oh, she's got so much groove in it. It's just way too good. Atomic turn. Sorry for my annoying guitar mouth noises. How can you not, though? Dun, dun. Oh, I love this part. Like that little groove outro on the song. It's just so good. How can you not bob your head to this? I tell you what, Ibanez need to hurry up and give this dude his own signature Ibanez model already. Like, Jesse Cash is probably one of the best guitarists around that you'd want to give a signature model to. He would sell units for sure. So many people agree this guy's like just, next tier guitar playing. Oh. I do like that Ibanez that he plays though. Scorpion Hymn, it's definitely one of my favorites on the self-titled. It's hard to have a favorite on Error's self-titled because it's such a flawless album from start to finish. My favorites probably change on a weekly basis. When I first heard Gungrave, I was like, nothing's ever going to top Gungrave. And then, Scorpion Hymn actually became my favorite for a little while, and then Eidolon became my favorite. Seeing this playthrough, Scorpion Hymn is probably becoming my favorite again, and it's probably one of the more simple, groovy tracks on the album. It's probably one of the tracks, if you're a decent guitarist, you might be able to work out how to play it. And that's not a common thing to say about an Error track, because you listen to most of their songs on the self-titled, especially. You can't really play them unless you're Jesse Cash. There is a guy on YouTube who can do it. But there's not many guitar playthroughs of their songs for good reason, except from Jesse himself, because he just can't be beaten, this guy. His playing technique, a large part of his sound, like if you look at when he plays these, I've watched enough of these playthroughs now. I'm not a guitar expert by any means. I can play, but nowhere near this level, nor do I pretend I ever will. But you can see he's just got really good economical playing. So by that, what I mean is that limited movements to get the sound. You know, you'll see a lot of beginner guitarists, or even people who are trying to impress people and play fast. Their dominant hand, right hand usually, if you're a righty, is just moving really fast. But if you're in a band like Error and you're touring and stuff and you're doing shows every night and you're up on stage playing for almost 2 hours, your hand and your wrist, you're going to get a repetitive stress injury doing that. So one thing that you do learn as a guitarist over time is how to play economically. You know, move your hand, fluid motions, bend strings, use tapping, and especially in this music, high gain sort of music, you can actually use high gain amps to your advantage in that, combined with active pickups. They pick up the sound so much more, they're a little bit more sensitive, so you don't have to play as hard. Your attack on the strings, how hard you pluck them, doesn't have to be as aggressive as, say, you know, a quieter amp or a cheaper guitar. And Jesse's really a masterclass in economics when it comes to guitar playing and tapping as well. You notice the tapping parts, and even in House of Glass as well, that little tapping riff that he does, that cool little part that goes through the thing. You can see it doesn't look like he's trying that hard to get the sound out, and really I don't think he is trying that hard because he doesn't have to. He's really mastered his technique as a player. And if you're a guitarist wanting to get better, or just, you know, want to see someone who's got their technique down pat, these playthroughs alone by Jesse are a good place to start, I think. Not if you want to learn to play the style of music, because, you know, these playthroughs would probably make a lot of players give up on guitar, knowing that they would probably be very difficult to get near this level. There's not a lot of guitarists at his level. I'm not saying he's the greatest or the best, or no one else can beat him. There's plenty of good guitarists, but in his little space that he's in, you know, his groovy riffs, you know, this is definitely his wheelhouse, and Error really are in a league of their own, in my opinion, largely thanks to Jesse, but the rest of the band are also, you know, are large contributors to that sound that they've carved out for themselves. So that was fun. I love that riff. I love all these playthroughs, and by the looks of it, we're probably getting playthroughs for the whole entire album. And if Error don't release an instrumental album of their self-titled, I'm just going to go rip all these videos and make my own instrumental album, because you really hear the finer details in these songs that you don't hear with the lyrics and the vocals over the top. When you can just hear like the guitar front and center, you really hear those little intricate details, especially the clean, you know, choir parts he puts in some of his songs, the bends, the scrapes, you know, just those little details that get lost. So I really appreciate these playthroughs, and I'm just in awe every time I see him play. So we're going to cut it there, because this is just going to turn into a Jesse Cash fanboy video real quick. It already did probably 5 minutes ago. So let's cut it off there. But if you made it to the end of this rambling, I really appreciate you stopping by. Subscribe if you feel like it. No pressure. I mean, I hate it when people make you feel guilted into subscribing. You know, maybe you just stumbled upon this video or another video and you watch this one by accident. Doesn't matter. I appreciate you anyway. And if you've been watching since the very beginning or recently, I appreciate you as well. So until next time, thanks guys.